I am a collector of way too many things. Lego sets, Pokemon cards, vinyl records, video games, very specific video games, and even stupid looking shirts. But only one collection of mine will have you truly worried about my financial state. Through the ups and downs of my other interests, CDs have remained a consistent purchase on my bank statement. I have old CDs, new CDs, signed CDs, and even CDs with packaging that kind of pissed me off. But only one of them can be my favorite, and honestly, it might be this one. Okay, some explanation. So here in the US, most folks probably know PaRappa the Rapper as an iconic rhythm game for the PlayStation series of consoles. However, in Japan, PaRappa the Rapper also got an anime adaptation. Now, is there anything really special about the show itself? Maybe so, maybe not, but for me, it'll always be one of my favorite comfort shows, maybe just shows, because it got me through one of the toughest periods of my life in recent years. Either way, I'm super thankful to have found this show, and the same can be said about the soundtrack itself. Now, finding ways to watch this show online is relatively easy, but listening to the soundtrack can prove a bit more difficult since it isn't available on any streaming services, at least not on any that I've been searching on. So getting a copy of the physical soundtrack was on the top of my want list for my CD collection, and luckily, a good friend of mine actually gifted me this copy for my birthday recently, and I just wanted to say thanks by taking this opportunity to show off something they've been working on. Introducing the newest project from Mistisles. Mistisles? Anyways, check this out. A collection of 10 vaporwave-inspired tracks that have left our listeners saying, finally, something that makes the voices go away. Me and PETA love throwing this on late at night. And, double it and give it to the next person? That's right, we're running our buy one get one free special, an exclusive offer to today's viewers. Available wherever you get your music from. So today I want to show off this CD, and hopefully by the end you'll understand why I love it so much. But before we get into the CD itself, let's talk about the music. So as you can see, about 90% of the music on here is background music from the show, but I'm actually very fond of it. It's kind of silly and very of the time, but if you know me, I love soundtracks that serve as a bit of a time capsule. And this one is no exception, especially with its choices for the licensed songs. I remember seeing someone randomly upload the show's intro, and hearing Love Together for the first time is actually what got me to watch the show itself. This was also my introduction to Nona Reeves, and if you haven't listened to their music, I highly recommend it. It's super funky, super fun, and it always puts me in a good mood when I give it a listen. But another cool thing about this CD is that a lot of these licensed songs are exclusive versions to this soundtrack. Sure, you can listen to Love Together or Schoolgirl on streaming services, but they will be completely different versions. So it's kind of cool that there's a little more value in this CD in having exclusive versions of these songs. But now opening up this CD itself, I'd first like to take a look at this obi strip. So a lot of these CDs are imports, kind of like this 1975 CD I have here. And as you can see on the obi strip, it has the album's title, the band, the track list, and even a little blurb about the band for anyone that isn't familiar but interested in checking it out. And very similarly, you can see that on the PaRappa the Rapper CD, but on top of that, we've also got this little screenshot of a website that unfortunately doesn't work anymore. And on the front, we can actually see a character from the show, Boxy Boy. But yeah, it's really cool to see this amount of detail on such a small piece of paper. But before we look at the booklet here, let's take a look at the CD itself. Nothing too special, it just has a zoomed in logo on it, but behind it we have this adorable picture of PaRappa busting a move. But onto the booklet itself, most of this is just song credits and lyrics, which is pretty cool. And on the back here, we've got some characters that are featured throughout the show, alongside some credits for the animation team, which is really cool getting to see them get some recognition. But what I really want to talk about is this little pamphlet. Now, unfortunately, I am not super fluent in Japanese myself, but luckily my friend is, so he was actually able to decipher some of the advertisements on here. Now, if you watch the intro for the show, you'll see that it actually combines the show's animation and this kind of handmade style, which I think is super cute and really cool. But you can actually recreate the show's intro with some of the goodies included in the CD. You get the sticker sheet, which features characters that you can attach to popsicle sticks to turn into puppets. And if you look close enough at the booklet itself, you can actually peel back certain parts to make it the background, which I think this is just a super cool and novel idea to basically have a puppet show packed into this CD. And if I'm not mistaken, this was actually part of a contest for viewers to recreate scenes from the show or the intro for a certain prize. And yeah, this is overall just really cool advertising for the show itself, but all these years later, even after the contest deadline is far past, it is really cool to just have these as relics of the show's presence itself. So yeah, this is easily one of my favorite CDs in my collection, and this video wouldn't even be possible without my good friend gifting me the CD in the first place, so please go check out their latest project. And yeah, I don't really know how to end one of these videos anymore. Do I just...